Okay. Let me go for again back to the. Okay. Current slide. Okay. So you can able to see here something, right? Can you able to see, guys, here?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wave optics. There is a lot of interesting thing here. I mean, wave optics always like, when so light we are treating as a wave. I mean, it could be particle. So when I say light means light consists of particle. That is a one topic which was proposed by the Newton. We call it that in Newton theory. So light, whatever light which consists of particle, we call it as a Newton theory. When we treat the light as a wave, we call it Huygens wave theory. So two theories are completely different. So here today, I mean, this topic with this chapter completely deal with the waves related concept, which was proposed by the Christian Huygens. Okay, so he discovered this concept in 1678. Okay, and there is a scientist called Thomas Young. He discovered or he verified this wave theory by experiment in 1801. So he completely proved the wave theory by experiment. So the light has a wave nature. So this is the scientist name Huygens. You can clearly see on the right side, when you drop a object in the water, you can clearly see around that object there is a wave formation which are going out of that point. Okay, and that can be treated. You can see here there is a there is a simulation we have created here, and that can the right side, you can right side there is a wave also you can able to see here. And this is a very interesting thing. Not only this is the water waves, even the light waves also, they go from the, suppose when you turn on the light, the waves are basically going out of that point, okay, in a wave pattern. So which is very interesting. And one more thing you can see uh, in waves. So the problem is that in that the Huygens proposed the waves propagate in only medium. That was his mistake. That was his defect. So Huygens, now we have a two way. One is actually what? One is the wave theory. The other one is Newton's theory. Newton theory basically consists of any light as a consist of particle. We call it photons. Photon, not proton. Photon is a particle which actually carries the energy of light. Okay, it doesn't have any mass. It doesn't have any mass. Photon does not have any mass, but it moves with a velocity of light like 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. The other one, we are treating light as a wave theory, which was proposed by Huygens. There was a lot of fighting was there between the Newton and Huygens because they're completely different concept. Okay, and Huygens also proposed a wrong concept, which was actually the light can travel in only medium, which is wrong actually. Later on, the other scientists came, proved that light can travel in space also. So light can travel in any medium. It doesn't require any medium to propagate. Okay, so you can see here the wave can travel in a vacuum. Who proposed this? Maxwell. Maxwell is a scientist who proposed light can travel in vacuum, in space. So that is the reason we can able to receive the signals from the various places. If you want to call from here to in America, within fraction of microsecond you can able to receive the call. How it's possible? Because of the signals, because of the electromagnetic waves. The most of the electromagnetic theory we are going to discuss in the electricity chapters, magnetism chapter, electromagnetism. So there we are going to deal Maxwell. Maxwell is the one of the famous scientists who discovered the electromagnetic waves. And you can see clearly in the bottom of this slide, there's a waves. What is this? You can able to see, I guess, mouse. And you can here there is a X, Y, Z axis. X is this, Y is this, Z is this. And you can see I drawn here magnetic field along the Z axis, electric field along the X axis, and this was my Y axis. So now the red lines, the red arrows are the electric field, the green arrows are the magnetic field. The entire wave is propagating along the perpendicular axis. So from this what we learn is electric, magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. అంటే ఒక యాక్సిస్ పైన ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంటుంది, the other axis is magnetic field. The wave is propagating in perpendicular to both direction. So which from this X, Y, Z, X, suppose if you assume X is electric, Y is magnetic, the wave goes to the Z axis. Okay, so these three are perpendicular to each other. Electric, magnetic fields also perpendicular to each other 90 degrees, and X and Y also perpendicular to the propagation direction. అంటే ఏ డైరెక్షన్ లో వేవ్ వెళ్తుందో ఆ డైరెక్షన్ కూడా పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా ఉంటుంది. You can also see in the right side simulation how electric magnetic fields are propagating. So what is the Huygens principle? So Huygens principle is, so whatever the, suppose the wave is moving from the dot, you can see, can you able to see here Huygens principle?
Sir.
Yeah, there is a simulation movie here, right?
Yes, sir.
What is going on? The small dot become a wave, right?
Yes, sir.
So every dot, every point on the wave, every point on the wave become like a wave. Again, every point on the wave, again they produce another wave. So all this is called Huygens principle. Every point on the wave act like a force for the next wave generation. So this is kind of Huygens principle. Huygens stated that every dot, every point on the wave of light can act like a source for the next wave generation. Okay, we call it these wavelets, we call it as a secondary wavelets. Secondary wavelet. So the primary point is act like a way to generate the wave. Okay, and you can able to see they are a spherical shape, right? So
Yes, sir.
after generating wave, that it seems like a sphere, spherical waves. Okay, and now the question is what is the phase difference, what is the path difference? That is a very interesting, I mean you should know this concept. So we have know that there are waves which are coming out of the light, and many waves are coming, millions of waves are coming out of that source, light, let us say light or whatever source you are keeping, fire, anything. మనకి ఎలా వెలుతురు ఎలా వస్తుంది? It's because of the waves only. Okay, so now the question is the path difference means it deals with the distance between the two particles in a wave, okay, or the phase difference is, it's a kind of angle. Suppose there's a point, you can see here, one point is giving the generating the wave, another point also generating the wave. From the same point, if you can see the two waves are coming out of two or many, but if you concentrate only two waves, if you concentrate only two waves basically, it takes time. There's a time gap. There's a time gap that
Time
we
gap.
call it as a phase difference. And there is an angle takes place. It's like a facial, it's a angular time. So it's an angle between the two waves which are coming from the same point. We call it as a phase difference. Path difference means it's a distance. I mean, they're coming with a some angular distance. Like it takes like a some distance between the two waves. We call it that as a path difference. Okay.
Sir.
So yes. Any question? Yes.
Sir, phase and the path I didn't understand, sir.
Yeah, phase means suppose it's a angle. Path means suppose it's a distance between the two students. Like, you know, you are coming from the, like, you know, you are coming from the school, college to the home, right? One student started at 4 o'clock, the other student started 4.2, mean after 2 seconds he started. So right, so that gap, so the distance gap, we call it as a path difference. Means she started from the college, and it another, like after, like the first person, let us say 100 meter he started, right? He travel 100 meter, then another person started. So the 100-meter distance is the path difference. Okay. The phase difference
sir.
is here is, there is a wave started from the first wave. When you turn on the light, the wave begins 0 seconds. After 1 second, there is another wave come, right? So it's an angle between the two waves. We are talking about here angle. Phase difference is the angle. Path difference could be in the like a meter, centimeters. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the question is, so Huygens, by using the Huygens principle, so can we able to reflect the wave from the surface? Suppose you turn on the light, right? I just open the door. The light can pass through the door, right? Through the outside.
Yes, sir.
That is, we call it as a refraction or bending, right? The light can go from one room to other room in a small aperture, like for the hole. Okay. Suppose if I keep a mirror there, okay, with a surface, one side is coated, the other side is transparent, so that one side is coated, so it acts like a mirror, right? So the ray, when the light can, so you can see on the right side diagram. Can you able to see the right side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So on the right side, you can able to see this. Let us say AB is the wave pattern. One wave. AB is the one A wave. A to B, one wave. You can think about it. One wave is AB, but A part touch the mirror first, then the B part. Okay. Out of time. So we have only 10 minutes, guys. Okay. If I close, I mean, you can also again, add by using another, link, because we have 10 more minutes. I'll just finish the quickly these next two slides. But if you want, I can again, maybe we can discuss tomorrow. Today, at least we understood a little bit concept. Okay. So we have 10 more minutes. I'll just, finish this slide. Reflection and refraction. You know the reflection, right? So reflection is the one when the light interacts with the surface, it should reflect with an angle some, right? So it doesn't go to the other medium. So it reflects back to the same medium. On the right side, you can able to see AB is the surface which reflected this. So then what happened? So MN is the mirror surface. So AB is the incident wave. So it interacted, it incident on the MN surface with an angle I. Okay. And this is the perpendicular line which was drawn from the surface. I is the incident angle. And when it reflected from the mirror surface at a point A, and it again what happened? Reflect back, right? It doesn't go to the other medium, right? So it reflect back to the E. So now BC is the wave which reflected from the MN surface. So you can think about A equal to E actually. So A is the point here. After reflecting, it went E. B is the point here. After so it reaches here. When B reaches C, A reaches E. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
AB is the initial wave. So A already touches the surface. Then after reflection, it goes C. But B, when B reaches the C, A reaches the E. So this is the reflected wave. EC is the reflected wave. But so the velocity of AB is, let us say V. Okay. What is the distance from B to C? So basically velocity times time. So BC is equal to distance. BC distance can be calculated velocity into time. So from figure, you can see AE is equal to BC. AE is equal to BC. And so those two distances are same. And these two triangles are, equal triangle. And this base equal to this. And this one is equal to this. So in that case, the angle of incident must be equal to angle of reflection. I think you guys learn in the school this, right? Angle of reflection. What is the principle of angle reflection of light? Angle of reflection must be equal to angle of incidence. So from this here, we proved that I is equal to R. So R is the angle of reflection. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the very basic way of proving this. Okay. So then moving into the refraction. How can we see refraction? Can you able to see in the bottom there is a animation here?
Yes, sir.
See how it is happen? Actual reality. The reality, you can see the waves, some of the waves refracting into the other medium, right? Okay, is it, can you able to see guys? Some waves are reflecting back, the other waves are refracting into the medium, other medium. Okay? The red one is refracted, right? Blue ones are
reflection.
Can you able to imagine that?
Reflected.
Students,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
can you able
sir.
to see that imagination? The above I just
Yes,
showed
sir.
the actual drawing, but below I have given the actual visualization. You can able to visualization. Bottom one is refraction. So here this slide is again related to the refraction of the plane wave. Refraction of the plane wave by a plane surface. Here it's not a mirror, guys. Remember, guys, it's not a mirror. What it could be? It could be prism, right? So prism has a principle refraction. The light can pass through the other medium. Guys, we have only 4 minutes. Okay. So what is your planning? Can we start again, or do I need to stop after 4 minutes? What is your opinion?
Start again.
Because
Start
if
again,
I
sir.
want to start again, I have to give the schedule. Like it takes again 4-5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Or we can stop today up to this refraction. We'll start tomorrow.
We'll start tomorrow, sir.
Yes, we don't want to study everything one day, right? At least we started
Yes,
today.
sir.
What is the wave? What is the Newton theory? What is the Huygens theory? What is the reflection? What is the refraction? Okay. So we have a
Yes,
3
sir.
minutes. So I'll just summarize this 3 minutes, then 1 minute closing. Okay. So refraction
Okay.
again, it's the same kind of, but only we have the surface here. On the right side again, you can see this is a refracting surface like a prism. AB is again, it's a incident wave, plane wave. It interact with the, this surface, and some of the wave reflected back. The remaining waves refracted through the medium, like a water. You can think about this is water or glass. Okay. And now you can also imagine here and the simulation also, red color ones. Don't focus on the blue color ones. The video which is here, red color ones. We are looking into the red color ones. The same principle ABC is, but here we have to think about two triangles. One is the reflected one, the other one is refracted one. So BC is here, the wave incident wave velocity is V1 BC into T, which is actually distance. BC distance can be calculated. Velocity of the incident wave V1 into time T. BC is equal to, you can see V1 into T. Similarly, if you want to calculate AE, how do we calculate? Because when the light moves from the one medium to other medium, its velocity changes, right? Velocity is not constant, right?
Yes,
So when
sir.
the light goes from the air to the water, what happened? Velocity changes, right? So I am considering here velocity is what? V2. V2 into T. So the velocity of the distance, AE distance should be equal to V2 into T. So now these two triangles are like AEC or ABC. Both triangles are similar triangles. So we can compare that. Sin theta is equal to AB by what
AC.
happened? AB by AC.
AC.
Adjacent opposite side by, this is the angle. So opposite side by hypotenuse. So AB by AC, AB is how much? V1T. So V1T by AC. Similarly, if you apply that to this triangle, sin theta is equal to AE by AC, V1T. So sorry, here V2T Nana. I wrote here V1,
Yes, sir.
it's a V2T. So when I divide this by this, what happened? So V1 by V2 is equal to sin I by sin R. Sorry, children. Here we have a I actually. The first one is I. The second one is R. So sin I by sin R, you get it here. This is called Snell law actually. This law is called Snell's law. So I guess you guys understood this. So whenever we discuss the refraction, you have the Snell's law because the velocities are different. Whenever you discuss the reflection, you don't have the other medium. Only one medium you are discussing. There we talk about the angle of reflection equal to angle of incident. And here we talk about the Snell's law. When we talk about the refraction principle, V1 by V2 is equal to sin I by psi. Pooja Naik joined, but it's over. So last minute is there, guys. Today we discussed actually the basic properties of the waves, and we discussed the basically